Hi, everyone. So let's do a reading today for the week ahead. So, my intention for this reading is for the next 7 days from whenever you're watching this. I'd like to pull a couple of oracles. I'd like to do one tea leaf and one message from the ancestors that are channeled before these readings. And then I have 4 tarot decks, 3 of which I will use for clarification. But I have been getting a lot of messages lately that because you've been calling back your power, because you've been doing the work, that it feels like you have some kind of a lucky break coming in your energy. So make that make sense for you. If there's something you've been expecting, some kind of a blessing that's coming your way, something you didn't think you would get, that's all coming through the energy right now. So the tea leaf that we pulled says flag. Do not be tempted to lower your standards. So that's interesting. So that could be part of this feeling of perhaps some kind of a test that's coming through, that if you call in your power, then a blessing will come through. Because if you're not lowering your standards, it means you're really calling in your power. And then we have source. And I love to see that in these readings because this means that source is right behind us, right beside us. It's the wind in our backs, as I like to say, that source is going to give you the strength, or perhaps the messages, the blessings you need because you're not lowering your standards, or because you are calling in your power. So let's start with the tarot next to see what we can expect for the next 7 days. See what's happening for this week ahead. So we're starting with Temperance, the 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. Underneath everything, 2 of Wands, the Magician, 7 of Cups, 3 of Cups, and hiding underneath everything is the King of Cups. So I like that the King of Cups is underneath this entire spread, because this is about you calling in your power, really calling your power back in and standing in your power. Kings are very good about standing in their power. And in this case, it's something that feels like it's probably a very emotional issue for you, something that you love very much, but you're calling in your power and you're not going to lower your standards when it comes to whatever this is. So, and I'm also just right away, because I'm seeing the 2 wands and the 7 cups, that there may be a decision you have to make here, where one way that you choose could be lowering your standards and the other way might be calling in your power. But let's see what else comes out so that we can make this all make sense for the whole situation. So it looks like with the Temperance and the 2 of Wands that you're really being asked to focus on some kind of a compromise. You're being asked to take the middle road with something. And the Temperance and the 2 of Wands can both be somewhat of decision-making cards, in the sense that with Temperance, you're really kind of playing with the energy, you're testing the waters, you're saying, okay, I could do it this way, I could do it that way. And you're trying to maybe figure out, as I'm thinking, it's like a middle ground, some kind of a compromise. And you're asked to really focus on that. And so with this 2 of Wands, there may be something here that you're really attached to, something that you're devoted to, but yet you're meant to do something else now with this second wand, this 2 of Wands. Because again, I'm getting this feeling that this thing, situation, place, person, make it make sense for you. Whatever the thing is that you're attached to, perhaps you don't want to let it go. This may be saying that you're lowering your standards right now when it comes to this thing. And so Source is saying there's a different way. So for example, because I'm seeing the 6 of Pentacles here, this is just an example that if you're in a relationship with someone that you love very much, but you feel like you're not giving, or they're not giving what you're giving, and that it doesn't feel like an equal give and take. So they may be taking a lot from you, but you might not be getting anything in return. That's just one random example. So what Source is saying here, what the cards are saying is, even though you love this person very much, you may be attached to this person in some ways with the King of Cups showing up. They're asking you to really step into your King of Cups energy and say, okay, well, I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to just be giving, giving, giving and not getting anything in return. I can find a different way. I can start to detach from this person. I can insist that they give back to me. There's got to be some middle ground where I win too. The Temperance card is often a card of a win-win situation. And it looks like right now that perhaps you're not winning in this situation. And that's what the universe is asking you to do. That you don't necessarily have to cut this person off together, but just make sure that it's a win-win, because otherwise you're lowering your standards. So really step into your King of Cups, that emotional maturity that allows you to stand up for yourself and say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore if you're not going to give back to me. But I do think that that is going to be a challenge for you, is for you to stand up for yourself and say, no, I deserve this, that I'm giving this, so I should be receiving this. There should be a generous reciprocity in this situation, that if I'm financially supporting you, then you should be supporting me in other ways. It's somehow to make there some kind of a division of labor, a division of resources, a division of love, whatever it is, make it make sense for whatever situation you're looking at. If this is a job where they're underpaying you and you're not standing up for yourself and asking for a raise, this is the types of energies that we're talking about. And with the Magician here, I do think that there's a reason with the Magician here that I'm getting for you to trust yourself, to empower yourself with this ability to manifest for yourself, that you can manifest in a reciprocity with this person, situation, job, but you just have to trust in yourself and stop lowering your standards when it comes to this. Stop taking a pay that you don't deserve. Stop being in a relationship that you don't deserve, and start going after the things that you do deserve. And you have a very powerful manifesting ability to do that, because Source is here saying, look, I'm here to help you, but you have to start doing this yourself. You have to stand up for yourself and say, no, this is too low for my standards. I'm not doing this anymore. But as soon as you do that, Source is going to help you manifest in. Source is going to help you co-create with whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish to get what you deserve. So the message that's coming through here with this 10 of Wands is that it does feel like it's going to start to intuitively dawn on you that whoever you have been supporting here, whether it's a relationship, a friend, a parent, a boss, whatever you're doing that's too much, it's going to become intuitively, you're going to become intuitively aware. It's going to be this inner knowing that you're doing too much, which is going to allow you to look at all of these options. And then with this Temperance energy, as I said, it's going to allow you to play with the energy and say, okay, well, this is what I need. This is what I want. My heart chakra needs some healing here because I didn't think that I was worthy of getting this in return. But now I'm understanding that my heart is healing. I'm showing up as the King of Cups. I'm showing up as a very emotionally mature energy, and that everything over here that was toxic or that I was attached to, I can let this go now, and I can see this for what it truly is. And there's going to be a really strong intuitive hit about that you're saying, okay, let me play with this energy now. Let me speak up for myself. And if this person refuses to give me what I deserve, then I can move on. But at least I've tried. I've tried to take the middle ground. I've tried to ask for the raise. I've tried to ask my partner to be more emotionally available to me, make it make sense for you. But now that you're playing with the energy, you can at least say that you tried to take the middle ground before you completely released this person altogether. What I love about the end of the line here, because it looks like even by the end of the week, that things are starting to shift for you. So the Wheel of Fortune doesn't really indicate to me that the shift is happening now, but the shift is starting now this week. So it looks to me like you may be standing up to someone this week and saying, this is what I deserve, and I'm giving you one chance to give it to me. This is the salary I deserve, and I'm giving you one chance to give it to me. This is the relationship I deserve. I'm giving you one chance to give it to me. And then you can say that you did. And again, because Source is here, Source is going to help move that wheel forward for you. So the Wheel of Fortune can sometimes take months to manifest and to transmute all the energy out and all of these things. But since the wheel is showing up in this weekly spread that we're doing, it does tell me that that wheel is going to begin the shift this week. And the best part of all is this Three of Cups here, because this is really saying that however this goes, if you end up leaving a job because it's not enough money, if you end up leaving a relationship because it's unbalanced or it's unstable, whatever it is, this is something that you're going to be able to celebrate one way or another. You've either fixed the situation because you stood up for yourself and got the things that you deserve, or you left the situation because you weren't. But either way, you're ending up with these Three Cups, which is a very strong cup of celebrations and things to be grateful for. So I love this for you. I love that you're calling your power in, you're standing up for yourself, and you're saying, no, this is what I deserve. So if you can't give that to me, I will be able to find it somewhere else. And I saw 11:11 on the timer as I said that. So what wanted to flip over? So the shadow wanted to flip over, which is the Devil card in here. So this is really understanding what we were saying. I'm going to put the Devil back in because I don't usually take flippers, but this is reiterating this idea that I was feeling that you might be attached to something with this Two of Wands. There was this strong attachment because you're looking at the new thing, but the old thing is still lingering right behind you. And this is what I was feeling, that there might be some need to release whatever this is, this job that you're dependent on, this person that you're dependent on, and understanding that you don't have to be dependent on something that is not for your highest good, that you're lowering your standards for, that you do not have to. It's this idea that if you know you're lowering your standards, then to understand if you are feeling attached to it. Because that's really the Devil side. The shadow side are these ideas that we're attached to things, but they're only illusions. We're not actually attached to them. We just feel like we are. Oh, and look at that. And the Magician wanted to flip out of this deck. So this is Source reminding you that you can manifest yourself into a brand new situation. You can get out of these Devil situations much easier, especially now with Source and the Magician twice coming out. Especially now, you can really manifest yourself out of these situations. So, but let's start clarifying. So with Temperance and the Two of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Wands again. So we have the Ten of Wands coming through here again, and then the Hermit. So this again is really asking you to look at what you're attached to that's too burdensome for you. And with the Queen of Wands and the Hermit coming together, these are very opposite types of energies, where the Queen of Wands takes a lot of action. The Hermit really doesn't take much action because the Hermit is a very slow moving and almost completely stopped energy, because the Hermit is really using inner wisdom and intuition to take the next step, where the Queen of Wands takes pretty rapid action. So I feel like the combination of those two things together, and then with the Ten of Wands, it's saying to just take wise action, take empowered action. The Queen of Wands is very empowered energy. She really sits in her confidence, and she doesn't let anybody shake her confidence ever. That is who the Queen of Wands is. So what this is really saying with this combination is that to take really confident and wise action towards this burden and standing up for yourself and saying, I do not deserve this. I deserve more. I'm not going to lower my standards. So with the Six of Pentacles and the Magician, we have the Ten of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. So with the Seven of Swords falling in this central energy, this is giving the same impression that whoever you're dealing with feels like they're getting away with something. So again, it gives this idea that it could be a boss who knows you deserve more money, but until you ask for it, they're not going to give you anything. They're just going to take advantage of you and ask you to work extra hours. So that's what we're getting with the Seven of Swords, is that there is a tricky person in your energy who's just trying to get away with whatever they can. But the 10 of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords with that is saying for you to find the truth in this situation, that whatever these illusions are that this person is putting on you with these 7 of Cups and the 10 of Wands, this is not a good situation. You're carrying a lot of burden and they're making you feel like there's smoke screens. They're gaslighting you. They're saying, no, this is the going rate and this is what you have to do if you want to continue to work here. Just a random example. But same with a relationship. Your person could be gaslighting you into thinking that you can't do better than that person. Make it make sense for you, but your longevity is not here. Your longevity with the 10 of Pentacles is somewhere else. And Source is asking for you to find that truth for yourself with this Hermit energy, to go deep into your soul and find that power and then wield that sword, wield that power, wield that information and that truth, so that you can get the things that you want. And we see you do with the Wheel of Fortune and the 3 of Cups. So the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Cups are being clarified by the Chariot, the Queen of Cups, which I'm going to turn over, and the 6 of Wands. I love it. So we have another Queen coming in here. So again, you standing in your power. We have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups. So this is saying to me that this is a very emotional, hot button for you, that whatever it is that you need to stand up for yourself, it could be even triggered from childhood. Maybe as a child you were taught not to ask for the things that you need. Maybe you were taught not to rock the boat or not to stand up for yourself. Make that part make sense to you, but it does feel like this is an emotional topic because we are getting the 2 top court cards for Cups. And so with the Chariot and the 6 of Wands, though, those are both cards of victory. The Chariot and the 6 of Wands are the best cards that you can get for victory. So this is saying if you step into that emotional maturity and you stand up for yourself, you're going to get what you want. Chariot and the 6 of Wands prove that, but so do the Wheel and the 3 of Cups. So the Wheel of Fortune and the 3 of Cups are being clarified by the 6 of Pentacles again. So this 6 of Pentacles is tying back to this 6 of Pentacles. Then we have the Knight of Wands, more enthusiastic action, and the 7 of Wands. This is perfect. So this again is saying take this spirited action, take enthusiastic action towards defending yourself with this 7 of Wands and saying, I am not doing this anymore unless I get exactly what I deserve. 6 of Pentacles tying back again to itself. This is what I deserve. I am no longer taking your breadcrumbs. I am no longer taking this underpayment for what I am doing. I am no longer taking disrespect from you. I'm standing up for myself and I'm taking enthusiastic action towards getting what I need, what I deserve. And that's when Source, the universe, is going to say, good, you didn't lower your standards and now you're getting everything you want with this Chariot, 6 of Wands, and the 3 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So wow, that was your reading for the week. So will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? And we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.